there and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying Citlali and yapping about everything surrounding her just because I feel like it. In case there's anyone new to the channel, when I play character trials, I'm very intuitive. Like I don't really read the kit of the character and I don't really try to understand their mechanics and how to maximize their utilities. I just look at the design, watch their animations, and just touch all of the buttons to try and see, their different attacks, the animations, how they feel when I play them. I'm not someone who pulls characters for meta, and that doesn't mean that I don't care about, who are the best characters and how to actually use the character that you own. But that's something that I don't necessarily need to learn when I'm about to pull for a character or, when I'm trying a character. I'm not deciding whether I'm gonna pull or not for the character because I probably have already made up my mind about them before even doing the trial. So yeah, I mostly just play with them around just to see how they feel and whether I'd have fun with them or not. And if I end up pulling for them, then I just, I still have to build them and I have a lot of time to just read their kit and find out how to play them with the other characters that I own. So yeah, my character trials are a lot more playful than, the ones that most people probably do because I understand that you're supposed to want to understand the character and how to use them in a team and how to maximize their power, but yeah, that's just not me. So here, for example, you're gonna see me playing her very intuitively, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just having fun. And let me tell you that I absolutely love her animations. I think she's so fun, so cool, and I really, really, really want her. I know that she can be played with other cryo characters, although it's better to just pair her with hydro and pyro characters. So for now, it's not really a type of character that I would need because I do have Novelet, but I still have to build him. I've just pulled for him. So that's not a team that I'm gonna be prioritizing at the moment, so I don't really need to pull for Citlali right now. But yeah, I know that I could use her with Novelet, and also I would like to eventually get Arlecchino and Mavuika, and I know that she will work perfectly with them. So yeah, I would already pull for her regardless because I really like the character, but just knowing that I can actually find a use for her maximizes my will to pull for her, basically. Look at her, she's just so cute. I absolutely adore her design. And I wish that I could pull for her, honestly, but I'm just gonna explain why I can't a bit later. But yeah, just to get the trial finished, I'll say that I absolutely adore her. I love her different utilities. I think that she she doesn't feel that much as a cryo character, but I think it's cool that a support, like a cryo support, is not really meant for cryo characters, because we already have characters that do that. So I think it's very cool. Yeah, very cool character in Kid. Doesn't overlap a lot, I would say, with others. And I just adore her personality and her animations and the voice acting and everything. I love Citlali so much. She has honestly become my favorite Natlan character, although she's kind of always been the one, but I sadly have to skip her because, I just pulled for Novelet, so I barely have any savings, and I have to save them for Shanha, because I've been waiting for her since I started playing. I'm yet to see a Shanha rerun, and it's sad because I have a little bit of pity on the limited banner, but she's coming on the Chronicled Wish, so basically my pity is gonna be 0, and if I lose the 50-50, I have no idea how I'm gonna get her, and if I don't get her, I don't know when I'll be able to get her, so I'm a little bit stressed about it. Shanha is one of my favorite characters. I absolutely adore her, And I've been wanting her ever since I did, like, her story back when I started playing. So yeah, right now there's no other choice. I really have to prioritize Shanho. So as much as I absolutely love and adore Citlali, I really, really have to skip for Shanho. And let me tell you something, I'm a little bit pissed about the fact that there was this rumor in which they were supposed to make the banners from the first phase last longer, to last for like the whole patch. And honestly, I thought that was a very great idea because they were releasing two new characters at the same time for the first time. So I thought, whoa, that's so cool. Like, we're going to be getting like 20 pulls, which is amazing. And the banners are gonna last for so long, so we're gonna be able to, keep trying to pull the characters if we lose the 50-50 or, whatever. And I was excited about that because I was already thinking that I was gonna have to skip Citlali, but then I thought, wait a second, if for some reason I'm lucky during the second phase and I pull Shonho and I still have the pulls, I can still try to pull Citlali instead of having to immediately just resign to pull for her on her rerun, which God knows when that will be. I mean, I want to believe that she will be coming a lot faster than Shanho, for example, because she's been gone for ages. But I said the same to everyone who missed Radsley on his release banner, and that was on 2023. So yeah, I can't even trust for a new character to rerun soon. And if only they'd implemented that idea, I would have just been able to, just to try. I could prioritize Shonha, like, if I lose a 50-50, it's over for me because I don't even know how I'm gonna get to, the guaranteed character. But if by any means I was lucky, it's gonna be like, damn, I could have just kept on pulling for Citlali, and I know that I have some PT already, so, maybe I wouldn't have needed so many pulls to get there, and I would have saved myself having to wait for who knows how many months until she comes back. We've also had a lot of work during this phase because we had to complete the Archon quest and then we had to do 2 story quests. And I don't know about you guys, but the beginning of the year for me means exam season, so I'm having quite a hard time scheduling myself to be able to do everything in time, just to avoid spoilers and get all the rewards. And if they just extended the period of all these things regarding the first phase banners, it would have been so much better for everyone, because even if you're not that busy, you can always use that extra time to schedule yourself and like complete everything in a not so fast-paced way. But especially for us who are pretty overwhelmed right now with everything going on, would have been amazing. But yeah, they didn't end up implementing any of that, so I'm forced to skip basically. But yeah, that doesn't change the fact that Citlali has literally become my favorite Natlan character. Or, I mean, I'm gonna share my top 3 with you. Because I talked about the characters back when everything was starting, everything Natlan related was starting. And I wouldn't say that I've changed a lot in that regard, but there have been some interesting changes. And so my top 3 characters, not really in any specific order, would be Citlali, Mavuika, and Capitano. So yeah, I would like to pull for Mavuika too eventually. It's just that I'm prioritizing Citlali, and I still have hope for Capitano being released. Like, no one's gonna stop me from believing. Like, I'm always gonna be there hoping for him to get, to get there and be playable and be amazing, because I just know he'd be a great move for Genshin. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now. But going back to Citlali, back when the first trailer with like all the characters was released, the characters that caught my eye the most were, I think, Kinich and Citlali. I mean, maybe Mabuika too, but I was very, very, very excited for both Kinich and Citlali. And I honestly feel like Genshin has done such a disservice to Kinich because I don't think they've really shown him to us much, and they haven't really told us anything profound about him. His whole story with a how, sorry, and his personality, sorry, are very interesting, but for some reason they haven't really explored those much. Not even during his story quest, which was more about his drive than himself. But Sid Lally has had a great journey, in my opinion. First of all, as I was saying, I've loved her from the very first second. I loved her design, her personality. The moment I saw her, I knew that I was gonna like her. And I saw that people weren't that excited about her. She was even rumored to be a 4-star. But she was instantly one of my faves, and she has done an outstanding job basically becoming my favorite Natlan character. Because even before she actually appears in the story, we hear great things about her. And then she appears, and just her personality and everything, I loved it so much. And then her dynamic with Auron is so funny, and I love that duo so much. But there's also the whole mind reading dynamic with Oz, and I love these contrapositions about her character, which get further explored during her story quest. Because, for example, we can see that she's very harsh on Auron, but at the same time, she feels guilty about the past and remains there for him, even if if she's always constantly talking about him as if he's a nuisance. Like, we can tell that despite of all, she cares deeply about him. And then we learn that the fact that she gets along so well with us, but then tries so hard to remain a little bit distant, it's all due to the fact that she's constantly losing everyone in her life because of her, being a long life species. And her whole story with Huitzilin, oh my god, guys, I shed a tear or two, definitely. It was so, so moving. I love the fact that they were supposed to be rivals and everyone thought that they were, but then in the end, they weren't really rivals at all. They had such a deep connection, which made Huitzilin teach the whole special color technique thing to Citlali instead of her own students. Like, are you for real? And the fact that she told her that she was not gonna be able to understand that until, some point in the future. And then, just as she said, during this story quest, she found out the importance of making deep connections with other humans, and the fact that her relationship, regardless of how weird or complicated it may have been with Huitzilin, was actually a lot deeper than she imagined after all these years. And oh my god, I've not completed Mabuika's story quest yet, so I might be making a mistake right now, but I have to say that this is the best Natlan story quest so far. I've loved it so much. It's not because Citlali is my favorite, okay? It's because the story was actually very, very interesting and cool. And not only it explored a lot Citlali's character in the past and, well, the whole relationship with Huitzilin, which is absolutely amazing and I've become obsessed with, but also it has expanded a little bit more the whole tribe's personality, because I've always been a little bit confused about the Masters of the Night Wind, because they are supposed to be related to the cryo element, but they're a lot more related to like dark arts or something like that. So I've never really understood the whole connection with cryo, but then Huitzilin said how important memories are and the whole, color of the memories thing and such. And that made me realize that her whole technique is based off using memories, which are but moments frozen in time, which is everything related to cryo, you know? And so making this person and this technique so related to Citlali and the whole tribe makes a lot of, a lot of sense for Citlali to be a cryo character, and makes this like full circle moment that I love so much when it happens. And what can I say? I laughed because Citlali is so fun, and I cried, and it was a journey, and I absolutely adored this quest. I feel like for once my favorite character was actually explored deeply, and I hope for, more story quests and quests, like, not, they don't have to be story quests, but other quests to explore the tribes and the personalities of each character this way, because I understand that the content has to be limited because there's so much lore and not everything can be animated and made in a quest. But I also think that there are so many quests in Genshin that are kind of pointless, and if they swap them with, actually lore related things, or, even better, if those things are even tied to the characters that we know and love, that would be great, instead of, NPCs. And of course, if they're gonna make NPCs be, relevant, they could make one like Huitzilin. I think that she's the perfect example of how to make a relevant NPC. She has a, distinct design, and her connection to Citlali is shown to us rather than just explained. And everything ties together so well. I don't really know how to explain this better right now. My brain is kind of malfunctioning lately with the hours of, studying that I'm doing every single day. But I still wanted to come here and yap about all of this because I love Citlali and I've loved her story quest, and I think that this patch has actually been great. I still want to make a video talking about the Archon quest, and another video like this one, or similar, about Mavuika when I complete the story quest. But keep in mind that even though the patch will probably end before I get to do that, it's gonna take time because I'm very busy at the moment. But yeah, I will do those, so tell me if you're interested more or less in any of them. And as always, I'm very, very sorry about any background noises that you may have heard, because everyone chooses to be noisy when I start recording a voiceover. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please tell me what you guys think about Citlali and, well, the current patch basically. But I'll make sure we get some other moments to talk about every single aspect in detail. And this is all for today basically. Bye!